Hello and welcome to session 5 of Bookmark special series. So what we are doing is drawing tangled bookmarks, right? Using Zentangle patterns to draw our bookmarks. And we have already finished drawing 4 bookmarks if you have been following my videos. So these are the 4 bookmarks that we have already drawn, right? So today is the 5th one. There is no need to be following these sessions in any order. You can join from any of the sessions, that's okay. Right, so let's get started. So I have done some groundwork on this bookmark. What I have done is drawn a string. This is a wavy string, leaf-like shapes, and then added a thick aura. And then, as I told you in the previous session, I have stuck 3 beads on it. Right, so just minimal of prompts used, nothing much. I was thinking of using these mirrors, small mirrors, decorative mirrors, but I think they are too small for this bookmark. They are too big for this bookmark, so I'll be going with simple beads, right? So let us get tangling, and I'm going to start with the pattern changing and draw the changing in this broad aura that I've drawn, right? So starting from here, going to draw the pattern changing about the thickness of this aura, like this. So taking a cue from the aura, and I will follow the shape, right, like this. So again, it's okay if you deviate here and there. The lines are for your reference. So more or less follow the line. So changing is a pattern we have already learned. In case you are new to the pattern, so you can always refer to one of my videos on changing, right? So I have turned it. And then going to now extend it. So just maneuvering the direction of these curved lines, nothing else, following the sequence that we follow in the pattern changing, right? Broadly going by the line that I have drawn for reference. Right, so I'm going to do this both sides inside the broad aura, the leaf shape that I have drawn and added an aura to it. So we'll do that, right? So I have stopped here. Yeah, now the other side. Let's see, how do we want to start? So I'm going to extend this like this and then probably start like this, right? So these are simple beads that I've used, something that was available at home. I didn't go anywhere to get it. Right, again giving it a turn. So go slow, take your time. So although it is a pretty simple tangle, but maybe a little tricky to maneuver it on this line. So take it easy. So there are so many things that you can do with these patterns that we have already learned. I think I have already covered more than 100 patterns by now. So just going to blend it. Right, so that's our pattern changing. Now I'm going to ink these small sections left in between slowly. So very much a part of the finished tangle, these inked sections, right? So I'm just going to slowly ink them all, right? So I'm done with the exercise of inking the in-between spaces, right? Now the next step is to add an inner aura and an outer aura, both, right? So I'm first adding an inner aura like this, pretty close to my changing. Right, so this is the inner aura. Just to make sure that whatever tangles I draw inside, they are discreet and don't mess up with my changing, right? And now I shall also add an outer aura for the same reason. So take your time, add a close outer aura like this, mimicking the shape of the changing. So I noticed in my last video I kept saying the term tile whereas I was drawing a bookmark. So used to the term tile that you unknowingly keep saying the word tile although you're not working on a tile right now. Right, so that's my outer aura. And now let us start with the inside spaces first, right? So here I am going to be adding the pattern that we just learned recently, right? A very simple pattern to draw. So drawing straight line and a dot at the end. Again, same exercise. You can draw the lines closely, you can draw the lines far apart, entirely up to you. Different size of lines. Straight line with a dot at the end. Simple tangle. Aha. Yeah, just like a celebration. Firecrackers. So you'll have to handle the beads a little carefully because I have just used a normal glue to stick it. Right, so that's one, and I'm going to draw the same here. Again, so take your time. Such a simple pattern to draw, and see the lovely look of the pattern. It's amazing, right? Again, small one, big one. You can draw of all sizes. right? So we have done A in 2 of the sections, and this one I am probably going to keep it a little different. So I have added an aura to the bead. I am going to add one more aura. Right, and then going to add some humps because I want to add some diva dance here. Right, so a few humps, and then again aura one more. Again a few humps here and there. Right, so take your time, draw slowly, no hurry. Again I'll add one more aura. Right, and then probably one aura at a distance, something like this, right, and then add some hidden printums here and there, whatever you can draw, the space available, small ones. Right, so not much space there, so whatever you can, just curved lines, some hidden printums, as if there is a background. Yeah, yeah, that's about it. I'm going to leave it there. Right, now the outer section I'm going to add maybe a little color. Right, so I'm going to use red probably. Yeah, this is reddish pinkish, something like that. Yeah, so let me just add some outline. This is again watercolor pencil and entirely optional whether you want to use it or you want to tangle straight on the white. Right, so entirely up to you. As I told you, it will look nice anyways. So first adding an outline with my watercolor pencil. I don't go much by brands as such, because for example this is a Stedler brand, I think. Yeah, and this is pretty good. At least I find it pretty nice. The pigment is pretty good. So again extending this one till the end. Right, and this is one more shade. I think it is little pinkish. So I think when we'll blend the two, it would give a nice effect. So just adding this in the rest of the area. And I've given a touch of diva dance here, so I'm going to be continuing with diva dance outside also. Right, so these sections that are left after our centerpiece, I'm going to be using the pattern diva dance rock and roll and fill it up. Right, so So this red color, red and pink, would be the background color, and I'm going to be drawing over it. So that's the broad plan of action. Yeah. So I'm now going to blend it with my brush pen. You can use a normal brush also, just wet the nib, and then I'm going to, with a very soft hand, be careful at the borders, just blend. Right, so simple thing to do, very comfortable with watercolor pencils. It's a very easy exercise. Right, so let me just get this done, and I leave it for 5 minutes, and then I get back and we tangle. Right, so the color has almost dried up, so let us start to draw our diva dance. So I'm going to start. I'm using my black micron PN. So at times it does give some problem drawing over watercolor, especially the softer nib, that is O1. That's why I picked up my PN. So spaces are small, so you have to be patient, go slow. Right, so we can now start with another one. Right, here, so if you wish, you can also use the identity pen if this pen is troubling you, because it's a marker pen. It will work easily on any surface, and it has a fine nib also on one side. Entirely up to you. So till now this pen is working fine, so I'm continuing with it. I think I'm going to change my pen and use the identity. Yeah, so this is going to work much more easily on any color for that matter. Right, so diva dance is a very versatile pattern. Use it as a filler, use it as a primary tangle. It's real fun to work with. Just auras and bolding portions, auras and bolding portions. Right, so I will continue like this. I'll show you one more section. I'm just drawing the pattern diva dance rock and roll. I just switched my pen so that it works easily on this waxed colored surface. Yeah, again auras, adding humps, auras, adding humps, auras, retracing the line, again adding humps, right. So I'm going to continue like this and complete the entire background in the same fashion, right. Yeah, so just a glimpse, and we will do the same throughout, right. So I'm on the last section now, almost completing, filling up the rest of the bookmark with my pattern Diva Dance Rock and Roll. Basically, Diva Dance arranged in this fashion is called the pattern Diva Dance Rock and Roll. It's just about auras and few inked portions here and there in the form of these humps or bumps, whatever you may call, right. So very simple pattern to draw. I have released about 3 or 4 videos on different versions of Diva Dance. You may like to watch it. So I am mostly using patterns which I have already covered in my previous videos. So going to complete this, add some humps here and there, the last few auras, yeah. So I'm done with that. So this is how it is looking like. Now let us move on to shading, right. So shading this part pretty simple. I'm just going to add some thick graphite in the inner aura, right. I hope it is clear. Yes. So just adding in the inside aura. That's it. I'm not going to do anything else. Again here inside aura. Right. And then here probably inside here. Right, I'm going to add some darkness on one side, probably even add my the gray pencil later, probably, not sure. And then on these crisscross, wherever the lines seem to be going under, adding some graphite to give the effect of that woven look, lines going under and over, right. So you can do a lot of variations, bring about lot of changes to your changing also. It all depends on the way you draw. You can give it a more curved look, you can add some embellishments, so a whole lot of things that you can do. So I'm now going to start blending. So just with a soft hand, not blending too much. Right. Just pulling the graphite towards the center but not covering the entire thing. Right. Shading is the most exciting part of your tangling, at least for me, because suddenly your tangles come to life and they start to breathe. So at times you spend more time on shading than you spend on tangling, right? So be patient and take that time to shade what you have drawn nicely. Right. So done with shading the changing, and now I'm going to blend this inner graphite. Again the same principle, pulling towards the center but making sure that I don't cover the entire thing. Right, so done with this one. Again this one the same way, the same fashion, going to pull the graphite away from the borders, pull it towards the center, but make sure that the white is also visible. Right, so that's about it, and then we move on to shading this. So just blending, spaces are small, so, and there is a bead in between, so you have to be careful. Right, so you can add some under the bead also again. And then I'm going to add a little more darkness here, so I will use my gray watercolor pencil and add a little more darkness on one side. Right, so just a slight touch, not too much. Add a little more darkness on one side. Right, probably you can blend a little more. Yeah, that would be fine. Yeah, so almost done. Just giving a touch of my watercolor pencil to the inside aura. You can do that with your normal pencil also. And I don't think we need to shade the outside. You can although add some pencil here outside, but there's already a dark and light shading there, so I don't feel the need to. Yeah, I'm just going to re-emphasize the inner aura with my watercolor pencil here, just a touch. So at times watercolor pencil help you add that much required darkness or shadow kind of effect that you need, although you can do that with your pencil also. Right, so done. That's our bookmark for today, right? So I'm going to close it here, put my chalk, very important, right? And this is my sleeve for today. I'm going to place it inside. Give me a moment. Yeah, and it's there inside, and this is our bookmark for the day, right? So we'll meet again with another new, right? Till then, stay safe. Bye bye. Take care.